morning, guys. This is our first video for March, and today we're talking a little bit about healthy eating, especially for busy people, those that are in the healthcare field that have maybe different schedules, busier schedules, or longer shifts, I should say. We want to make sure that as healthcare professionals, we are the role models, or should be role models, and we should advocate for healthier health and wellness for all of our patients, for ourselves, for our families, etc. So we are on the spotlight, and so we want to make sure that we're making good choices and that we're advocating for that health and wellness. So if you want to think about some five tips that will help keep that in check, are turning on the water. So making sure that you're staying well hydrated. Being well hydrated, or drinking plenty of water will keep you well hydrated, but it'll also help curb your appetite. You may also feel like you're hungry when you're actually thirsty. So if you're staying well hydrated, sipping on water throughout the day, between in and out of your work day, making sure to keep a big glass of water handy that you can sip on throughout the day will also help. You can also keep in mind high water content foods, such as grapefruits and melons, vegetables such as celery and cucumbers are all good sources that you want to include as well, to help make sure that you stay well hydrated, to make sure that you're actually not eating when you're actually thirsty. Another good area is to get off to a good start. That would be to start with breakfast and to make sure to include vegetables. If you're hungry when you're fixing food, some good things to keep in mind would be to nibble on some vegetables. So keeping raw, ready to eat vegetables handy that you can snack on. That's also good to keep in between meals. If you have a bag of carrots, cucumbers, celery, etc. that is handy that you can snack on in between meals rather than grabbing those cookies or brownies or whatever may be in the break room, will help keep you in check as well. You want to make sure you keep your portion sizes in check, which I've mentioned many times before. So divvy up your portion sizes, making sure you have a good portion of proteins, vegetables, whole grains handy and at your plate, including lean proteins, lean meats and fishes, making sure to include some good vegetables. I would include half of your plate should be a vegetable and fruit serving. A quarter of your plate would be a lean protein source, and then a quarter of your plate would be a whole grain. A lot of diets, a lot of fad diets right now are saying that carbohydrates are bad, and they're really not bad. It's what we choose that make them maybe not the best choices. So if you're choosing whole grain, breads, rice, pasta, any of those kind of whole grains that we'll talk a little bit more about later in the month, if you're including those are not the ones that are going to cause weight gain and those kinds of things. It's those simple carbohydrates that we often choose: donuts, cookies, cakes, pies, and the simple white breads, white tortillas, those kinds of things that are not whole grains are the ones that are going to cause more problems. But if you're choosing good whole grains, you want to continue with that. And again, we'll talk about that more later in the month. We really want to talk about just making good choices in this video. You also want to remember the F word, which would be fiber. Keeping good fiber in check would help keep you feeling full. So fiber plus feeling full or equals feeling full. So it helps keep you fill up quickly, and it also digests slower, so it helps stay in your body, not making you want to feel hungry as quickly. So fiber helps feel full. It also helps with eliminating waste, so helps you feel lighter and less bloated, because it does help with eliminating waste. And our last area is give food some attention. Avoid distractions, avoid watching TV, working on the computer, and really being mindful of what you're doing while you're eating. Your body usually takes 20 minutes before it feels full. So if we're watching TV and you have your plate fixed, you're going to continue to eat that plate. You may go back for seconds because you're not really focusing on what you're doing. So be mindful of what you're eating. using smaller plates, making sure you have your portions in check, and really focus in on what you're doing when you're eating your foods. So those are the 5 areas. Turn on the water. Get off to a good start by having good vegetable sources available always. Divvying up your portion sizes. Remember the F word being fiber, and avoid food, or give yourself some food attention. Avoid food distractions. Some other tips to help keep in check or to keep it easier is making sure you pack some healthier foods, having your lean proteins such as roasted turkey, chicken, or fish, your whole grains readily available, low-fat cheeses, yogurts, fruits and vegetables that you can pack rather than relying on maybe what's in the cafeteria. And I'm not saying you can't go to the cafeteria, but helping to have those things available so that your choices aren't the vending machine if you're in a rush between your meals or for snacks, etc. You want to try to use the crock pot. So if you have a long work day, using the crock pot or the ever so popular Instant Pots, or a pressure cooker, the instant pressure cookers. You can use those. You can make some nice, healthy, low-fat meals and make extra portions that you can pack for the next day's lunch or dinner even. You want to make sure you stay well hydrated. Avoid sugar-sweetened beverages. Practice your portion control. Avoid high-fat, high-sodium, and processed foods. By bringing those foods from home will help keep it from being processed. Say no to cookies and cakes. And certainly advocate for healthier choices, whether it be in the cafeteria, whether it be in the vending machine, whether it be at your potluck for your department. Advocate, bring healthier foods, bring foods that you know you can eat to help keep your health and wellness in check. And just keeping those things in mind and really working towards focusing on your food choices and your exercise choices throughout the day and throughout the week. All right, guys, that's our video for today. Just making sure to give you some tips on keeping healthy, even when we're in our busy season or busy with work, busy with sports for kids or activities for kids at home, etc. Keeping those things in check will help keep your wellness and health in check. Thank you, guys.